Hey guys, welcome. Get yourselves in. Welcome everyone. Welcome. All right. Let's get going. Let's see what the market is giving us. All right. So let's hit record and let's start. All right, guys. So welcome to our live analysis session. Today is Thursday. All right. So I'm going to kick this off with a different angle here. Okay. I'm going to go through the trades that we've already discussed and let's see what's happening with them. So NZD Japanese yen. All right, so the price is making its way now. I posted some in more detail previously. Okay, so I'm drinking my coffee. But what we have here, guys, is I'm expecting the price to return here and then give us a short. At the moment, the prices seem to reverse, not from nowhere, but we've had an accumulation on the price after this massive move up. And the price has come back to fill out the massive spike we've seen. Well, not massive, but relatively large spike in price we saw yesterday, especially when the CPI news came out here. All right. So I believe the price is just retracing and it possibly could retrace even lower than the previous day's low. So beneath here and actually make a bit of a lower move. From what I can see from the price here, from the H1, I do expect the price to drop a little bit lower and give us a push from around about down here. So this is the next major demand zone that's on the hourly time frame. And I'm expecting to see the price, okay, get there. And then from there, we'll be able to clarify the move. All right, it's been quite a slow week. I know that there's certain things that have happened, but it's still been quite a slow week. I mean, a lot of the trades are more scalps and stuff like that. But my next trade I'm looking at now, this one is a bit more of a high risk one because of where the price is. But there is still a chance now. If I take it from the monthly here for you to understand me, at the moment, the market on Euro USD is within monthly demand. Now, I know that if once the price breaks past, there's basically a free fall, or at least another 300 pips or so, or 200 pips, 2 to 300 pips. But from what I'm seeing here, I do think that there is an opportunity for the price to give us a long. Now, at the moment on the weekly here, I think it's quite obvious which way the price is trying to go. All right, but there is a chance here. I do see that the price may come back and return rightly around about here also before the short. At the moment, the price is handling the supply side of the market well and is pushing the short up. There is, as I said, this is more of a riskier trade, but there is potential in it from where we are now. From the market structure here on the daily, if I start from where we are at this swing point, looking at this bearish trend here, I'm going to actually do some drawings. I don't usually draw A, B, and C, I just usually say them, but for the sake of where we are, we've just had an A, and then we've just had a sign of a B swing. Now, hopefully this B swing stands. What I'm looking for is a counter trend trade here on Euro USD. I do think that the price is going to continue going short, but I am looking for some sort of pullback. Now, my pullback idea of where I'm looking for, as you can see, is back to the only supply zone, which is really from this month, which is here. Not the only supply zone, but the most palpable one. And this is a 130 pip move. And then I'm expecting the price to push short from that. Okay. So when I'm watching the price action here, guys, ideally, I'm looking to see where the price is going to pull up from. So I put this here. All right. Let me put this across here. So from where we are at A, I'm going to put the Fibonacci on. At the moment, the price is below 50%, and I would expect the price to get back up to 50%. So this is the trade I'm looking at for today. So I believe the trade is actually ready to happen today. We just need a few more things on the price to happen. I'm going to use the 15-minute here, and I'm going to throw this trade out to you guys. All we really need for Euro USD to give us joy is to give us a return back to any of the demand zones available. Now, it's a bit sketchy down here. I'm going to take this off because we don't even need this really. But this is just to show the break of market structure. But I'm going to go down to what I will do. Now, the 30-minute zone here is a very tiny demand zone. So we can use the two together to quantify demand. So I'm expecting the price to return somewhere within this range here and then give us what we're looking for. So for me, I am looking for this trade here, and I expect the price to come back here and possibly most likely do this today. Now, there isn't much news pointed towards the US dollar for the week. There is the Michigan sentiment, which is at 3 o'clock on Friday, and it is high impact, so it could potentially give us some sort of move. But I'm expecting this to happen possibly today. Now, what time that's going to happen, we can look at FX Street in a moment and have a look at the news and see what's going on there. But ideally, I do expect to see a really good movement coming along down here. We don't need much. We just need a few pips on the downside, about 21 pips. In fact, I'm going to set a pending order live here. All right, I'm going to put a simple pending order because I believe this is going to happen today. Okay, and my stop loss is going to be 1.17030. Okay, have I got this right? Okay, it's too wide, but I can adjust it. I expect the price to dip into here. All right, for the buy. And then the stop loss is going to go beneath the zone here. So a very small risk trade. I probably will double up on this once the price gets there, but this is the trade I'm going for, guys. Very simple trade. We just need to return back to this area of demand, and I believe the price is going to give us a very nice trade on the upside. Now, on that point, all right, I'm going to go up to Euro USD, USD CHF. Now, USD CHF is very close to hitting our pending order. It's almost there. It's annoyingly taking long. All right, now going through the whole details of the structure here, but I'll give this to you. So what we've had here from the H4 structure for this to make sense to you guys. So from the H4 structure here, we had a very strong reversal movement here, which stopped halfway or 75% of the way of where it's supposed to reach. Now our targets really are down here. Okay, if you remember, we're looking for a trade here. This will be the return that we need and the main area of liquidity, which will fill up the demand side of the market and give us a very strong low. So this is still the target. Now, what we initially had, we had a small trade here where we used this H4 area as a zone to trade from. The price gave a bit of joy, but then the price strongly reversed afterwards. Okay, and now this strong reversal has actually provided a very good opportunity. When the price was selling off in the first place, guys, and this is why I'm so strong on this trade, the price did not return to supply on the way down. And I believe this is one of the reasons why we didn't see the full length of the move. Now, we had 207 pips, so it's a bit of an understatement to say that. However, the price on its way back up has done another 220 pips on the way up. And what it has done is return to supply. Now, this return to supply on the H4 is very highly significant and powerful because this order block is responsible for most of the selling pressure that we've seen from, we can even take it to the beginning of July. So over a month's worth of selling. Now, we've just had the D1 equivalent of this structure break here. And using the 15-minute, or I'm using the 30-minute. Okay, I'm not a trend line trader, but as I said, trend lines do help you to graphically identify a change in market structure. We've had a breakout of this trend line here, and I expect the price to return here. Now, my entry is a bit close to where we're supposed to be. I expect the price to be getting here pretty soon. And I might raise my stop loss just slightly even to cover for this if it goes a bit too far. But I really am believing in this trade a lot. I know this trade is going to go short for a fact. And this trade will be worth the wait. And what I will be simply doing, guys, is loading up on this trade. There's multiple entries. Students, I'll be posting them to you in our chat as to how to maximize on this trade. There are 3 possible entries already that I'm seeing here. There isn't enough time to go through them all. Okay, we don't have that much time, but what we have here is that when we had the CPI release yesterday, that provided the market structure break out of this bullish trend line. And now we're seeing the price returning. Now, even though the market has been quite weak and slow, and even for an afternoon, we haven't really seen much join the US dollar. I do think that around 2 o'clock, the market is going to pick up a bit and start to give us a bit of liquidity here so that we can see some movement. For now, we're still ranging, but whenever the market is ranging like this, there's always it's kind of like the calm before the storm. So I'm watching carefully to see what we get here, and I'm expecting the price to spike into this region here. So if you got your pending orders set, I've given the pending orders yesterday, so the price is soon going to trigger. I expect it to trigger here somewhere and then give us a trade. Now, if USD CHF is going to be going short, I expect Euro USD to be going long. And you can see that Euro USD on its way down, all right, is making its way down, and USD CHF is making its way back up again. Now, USD CHF and Euro USD have one of the strongest pair correlations in the market, and I think they're working very well right now. So I'm expecting to see Euro USD give us a return here. And then from this return, we should be looking for a good long. Now I'm going to put the Fibonacci on here and just observe the levels here as to what's going on. All right. But I think even for me, yeah, anywhere within this region is cool. But I expect some really good movements to come out of the euro versus the US dollar. So we're good, guys. Euro USD short and Euro USD long and USD CHF short would be good. Now NZD JPY, I've already posted out the deep detail about this trade, students. So you guys should, if you haven't read the description of this, I put full description with advanced analytics and all of the pair correlation analytics for us to have good confluence of hypothesis. So if you haven't read it, please spend the time to do so. All right. Now, yesterday I was talking about some other trades here, and I'm coming back to the Swiss franc because the Swiss franc has seen a large weakening recently, which I think that they're going to be looking to push back and take their place. Now, for me, CAD CHF is another great candidate here, and I explain why. On the H4, we have a very beautiful H4 area of demand, which the price had been using to go low. We had some reversal signature up here, a break beneath, and then we had a return here. Now I'm going to remove this line for you guys to see where my thinking is. So we had the price spike into this area, but not returning to this zone. Now it is still within demand here. Like if I was to draw and cage the price here, and I drew another demand zone on top, I mean, the lowest down demand zone, the price did return here, no questions asked. But then there was a missing area which the price was supposed to return to, which is this region. And as you can see, the price spiked into this region quite specifically. And now the bullish side of the market has completely stood still. We're almost in a kind of a ranging trend here, which means that the market is accumulating and it should be on its way down. Now, this beautiful trade here is going to produce a lot of pips for sure. And I'm watching carefully right now with what the market is doing. I do think that right now with CAD CHF, the price is going to go and take the high one more time. Now, I wouldn't take USD CHF and CAD CHF usually. However, in this case, I want to be in the trade just to observe the movement, okay, and get to have a feel of the price action. Now, there's two ways to enter this, all right? And I think the market is making itself a lot more obvious as we can see from here. So on the hourly time frame, we have a demand zone. The price has been bouncing in this area for more than a day now. For more than 24 hours, we've been in the same price place. Okay, this is a demand area that's capping the price from moving anywhere further. So what I'm going to do is put on alert here. Now, you would have asked, why don't you just put a sell stop here so that when the price is breaking, it goes? Because of the spikes, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spikes outside. So anytime you would have tried to put a sell stop between yesterday till today, every time you put a sell stop, the price would have picked up on your sell stop and then reversed the other way. Now, it isn't a lot of pips. It's only 11 pips. However, this is a specific way that the market does of what we call market accumulation to make sure that you don't make money when the sell happens, okay? Right now, the market is trying to encourage people to buy. There isn't enough liquidity to push the price any further. This is why we're seeing the price slowing like this. But I do think that from these highs I've seen, I do expect the price to take this high and then go short. This is another fantastic trade. And again, you could either take it as soon as the price goes above this high, you can look for a short. And the stop loss range isn't so high for this. So it's really a good trade. I mean, even if you were to use the H4 area, which is the outside of the gray box, is only 10 pips. And our first target is exactly 180 pips. So you're looking at 1 to 18 risk to reward, all right, already. So these are the kind of things that I like to do. And these are the kind of trades that I like to be involved in because they really make sense. The other way to get into this, and this is why I've set an alarm right here, is that if you notice here, throughout these 24 hours, we've had none of the bodies of the candles have closed beneath this area. The moment we get a body closed beneath this area and the price is letting us know that the demand side of this market has now reduced to a degree that we can start to sell. So it's the moment we see this, guys, I'll be looking to jump into this sell. Okay, so keep your eyes peeled with CAD CHF. CAD CHF is an absolutely brilliant trade. If you want an alternative also, and you just wanted to take one trade, you can use, instead of USD CHF, you can actually use CAD CHF. All right, so I'm really excited to see what happens here. We have really good trades here, and I want to see some updates. So let's see what happens. All right, Euro USD is pulling this way down. All right, and I expect Euro USD to give us, as I said, this is a counter trend trade. Okay, remember, counter trend trades are not trades that are designed to be held for forever. The aim of counter trend trades is to use the fact that the price needs to retrace as a way for you to make money from it. Okay, now the trend is your friend. Okay, whether you're, now there is with trend trading, which means, for example, in this bearish market, it would be wiser to take a sell trade than a buy trade. However, there are going to be opportunities for you to buy when, even though the market is bearish, and sell vice versa when the market is bullish. So this is what I'm looking for. All right, and I'm going to be posting this out to students, so watch out here. I think we want to milk the market and take advantage of. Now, you don't have to take every trade. Again, you could just focus on one good one and just put multiple entries on it and let the price do what it needs to. Okay, but I do think that the price definitely is going to give us a very nice movement here. I'm really excited about this. I think I will stick to the H1 because the H1 order block clarifies where demand is for this trade to kind of take off. So I'm going to keep this right here. And I think we're about to see some nice movement. Now, the market has been quiet. It only takes one piece of news to really get things to wake up. All right. And I do think that the waking up period is about to hit. So be ready, guys. All right. So I am going to post this to students. So let me post this. Let everybody know on the live. All right. Sometimes it's necessary to post during the live. So I don't mind doing it because time doesn't matter. If you get the wrong time, not every trade sometimes can be written out. You just got to go for it. But at the same time, you want to be able to grab opportunity when it comes along. So I'm going to type this out quickly. I'll be quiet for just a moment, guys, and then we'll come back. Now, if you have any questions, you can start to write them and I'll have a look and see if there's any analytics we can go for. And let's see what happens here. Put this here. So if you have questions, guys, while I'm typing this up quickly, you can start to put them out there and I'll have a look at what the questions are. Bearish A to B. All right, let's see the comments. If you guys got questions, almost done. We're looking for All right, so let's put this out here. I'm just going to put the parameters. All right, so I'm just going to put some entry parameters here to help with everything. Now, has USD CHF triggered? It's just missed our stop loss by like, no way. It just missed the stop loss by like 1 pip. You must be kidding me. We might have to enter manually on that one because that's crazy. Let me see. Any question? I placed a trade on GBP USD, but nothing's happened yet. Yeah, sometimes some pending orders take a little bit of time to happen. Okay, so we just have, when it comes to pending orders, now after a while, what we usually do is that if the pending order hasn't worked out, then what will go for is to cancel the order, which is the best thing to do, and then allow the price to get where it needs to get to. At the moment, pound USD is still making its way up. It's not done yet. Okay, so that's a good question. 1.17171. All right, let's put the stop loss on. That's a good question. Pending orders, guys. You know what? Usually there is an announcement to cancel them as well. So you should always look out for that. Always look out for the announcement to cancel. It's a good one too. All right. Let's go. Take profit. So last thing, take profit. Let's put that here. Where we are. So the formation that we're looking for is right back here, 1.1865. All right, so let's put this on here, 1.18654 for a target. Let's go for here, picture one, Euro USD, H1 view. Let's go for it. All right, so very simple trade. All right, so I posted that one out. Let's see. Yeah, we should carry on waiting. I deleted mine, but it's still the same place. Now, this is annoying. So the pending we just missed our pending entry. Did the price get into supply? Okay, it touched here, 15-minute. So then the 15-minute, the price just returned here. Just about, did it return? Or is it my eyes? Let's see. All right, the price just missed the return. So all right, it's coming close to it. All right, I'm not going to react yet. That spike right there is not done. I mean, Euro USD still needs to kind of pull back and give us an RTO. So maybe this is just a bit of a return. If the price starts to go a bit too far, then I am going to have to push back. But we haven't returned to where we want yet. On the 30-minute, the price hasn't returned here. So this spike, the price will do another one and fill out this week. So all right, we'll wait to 2 o'clock. Let's see what else the market is offering. We have quite a few trades here already. Let's see what else is going on. Now on gold, guys, as I said, gold is a very important opportunity. I have a pending order set here already. And the reason why is very simple. Gold is on a trajectory short, and it's just trying to find, the next area of supply, which will be in this case demand flipped, okay, to be able to make this run. Now the price action here, I gave this trade signal already yesterday with deep detail as to where to enter from. And let's put this here. Make sure we put the right price point. So I'm looking from this point here. All right, let's go down to the H4 and then to the H1. So on the M30 here, now the price has returned to the other side. And I'm hoping that gold doesn't run away from us, because the pending order that we had set was, I think, for 1.5. Yeah, the entries are from 158.52 and above. Now the price has gone to 158.18, and then it started to sell. It's already done 100 pips. Now, because of it literally is got into here and done already 140 pips. Now, I don't want to miss this trade, because the next swing, my target is literally back down here on this trade. So I know that the market is going to get there. This is for fundamental reasons too. Now, I'm watching the price carefully because I'm trying to observe whether the price is just trying to fill out the efficiency, which at the moment it just spiked into this demand zone here. Okay, where the price needs to get back to, although it's gone into this area, I'm hoping it doesn't go from here. I'm hoping that it's going to return to the supply zone from last week at least. Okay, I really am hoping that the price is not going to just take off without us. But from here, I'm looking for we have returned into demand again. So I think this is a place where the price can kind of rejig itself to give us another move up. So I'm going to set an alarm back here. If the price does come back here, I'm looking to get into this and I'm swinging this. Now, with gold, my stop losses are never usually wide, but I would say trading gold, I usually have not really, but gold is, I would say you can potentially have the highest size stop loss when you're trading gold, because sometimes the movements are so strong that, you need a bit of space to be able to get things going. All right. Now, I'm going to move my pending order up here, and I'm just going to make it 0.10 already, because to be fair, this is definitely on its way. So I'm going to put buy 0.10 already. I'm going to put stop loss of 1.17005. Yeah, it's going to put it there, see what the market does. All right. Now, we have so many trades that it wouldn't be wise for us to do anything. We're only going to be looking at what we're waiting for. So again, we have gold. All right. So much markings here. No time to explain. We have gold. Now, USD CAD also, it seems which is making me happy, is that USD CAD is soon returning back to our entry point. Okay. Now, it's been a dry week for me personally. Not much has happened. I've only taken one trade this week, which was a loss of about 0.5% or 1%, which was Euro Japanese yen. What I was trying to do with that trade was, from a technical standpoint, it had reversal features to it, but then also from a technical standpoint, the euro is quite weak against most other currencies. But again, with the Japanese yen, they're always trying to become the weakest. Okay, that's just their style. So them being a defensive style currency, the price pulled up a little bit. Now, I don't know where Euro Japanese yen is right now. Euro Swiss franc has continued to push along. So we're seeing kind of signs of strength coming along. So I'm hoping that this will help us and aid us to get an entry. So I'm going to be patient here and not get antsy. But I think already we have quite a few trades on our hands. We have gold already here. We have Euro USD. We have USD CHF. Okay, we have these three already. I'm really hoping that the market is not going to be reversing on us too tough. I hope it hasn't. See, it hasn't. Just have to keep my mind full, because you don't want to go and try to enter this aggressively. Now, it's only 9 pips, so it's not really that large, but still, I don't want to risk to ruin the risk to reward by going in too early. Well, with USD CAD here, guys, I told you that there's multiple highs the price needs to get to, and our targets really is up here. Now, the price has given us what I was talking about at the beginning of the week, which is a reversal of the previous week's high. We've seen the move happen already, and I just want to see what the price does when it gets in here. Now, from the structure here, it does look like it is A, B, C, D bearish, but on the daily time frame, we have a supply zone which is supporting an A to B structure bullish. Okay, so even though the price is held in supply here, I'm going to observe what happens here and see if from here, if we get this move, then we know we have about 300 pips on our shoulders. So with USD CAD, was probably one of the best trades of the week and one of the most obvious, but again, I missed it. The price, all we needed was really just this higher action right here. It was such a good trade. I wish we had caught it. And already, even if you just closed here, it was a really good one. Stop loss didn't have to be anything more than 4 pips. So you can see already the risk to reward is crazy. I mean, even if you were just a bit afraid, you could have put 5 pips here and taken down 998, which is, close to 1 to 20. That's 1 to 19 risk to reward. So if you risk 1%, you'd have made 19% in one move, which is just out of this world. So these are the kind of trades that I like to take, and I'm watching to see carefully what's going on all sides, all laptops, all of it put together. And yeah, I'll be hoping to, move forward and see where exactly, the price goes from here. But we have already quite a few trades, and I don't want to go and overdo it. I'd rather just allow the price to give us what we need, we already have, you know, quite a few opportunities here. Some are swing, some are not. All right. The final thing to do, as always, all right, before anything, is to go and watch the news and see what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up FX Street here, and I'm going to put this here. Let's go to FX Street. Let's have a look at the news. All right. As I always said, guys, news is important. I always like to look at the news every single day. And the reason I do is because at any moment, there could be a change in some sort of, there could be most likely an addition, not a subtraction, but usually there is an addition of news somewhere in the week, and it's usually a speech. It's not usually any time of any type of data news. Data news is quite regular, okay? For legal reasons, the data news is regular also because the, you know, governments and different corporations are legally obliged and it's been agreed to release data every month at a certain time. So those I'm not too worried about. What I always keep my eye out for, however, is if there's ever going to be something where there is a piece of news that we haven't really seen. Now, today being Thursday, all right, again, I told you the market might be a little bit somehow, and we have news here. So we have news that's come out at 130, which is medium impact, but it really hasn't done anything to the price. The only medium impact which might have an effect on the market is from the New Zealand dollar, and this is the New Zealand dollar's business PMI. That's it. Tomorrow, the only piece of high impact news for anything, Friday is quite low in terms of fundamental news. The only thing we have is the Michigan Consumer Index sentiment, which is at 3 o'clock here. Okay. So this is what we have going on, and I'm expecting to see what the market does now. I'm going to do something here just to make sure that I haven't missed anything. I'm going to pull up my second favorite piece of place to go to is Daily FX, and also I like Forex Factory too. You know, I think I used to use Daily FX a lot. I think the only reason why I stopped using it is because it's too animated for me, but they are really on point. They are fantastic. Okay, they're run by IG, which is a very very good broker, one of the top Forex brokers. All right. So let's have a look here and see if there's anything. All right. So again, we had high impact news on the pound in the morning, okay, which are better than expected, which should give the pound versus the US dollar a boost to our target for an entry short. Now, why I like this, if you want to use something different, they have a different style from Forex Street or FX Street. What you can see here, if you ever want to use this, is it will tell you. So for example, yesterday, red, orange, blue. So red, orange, blue, high, medium, and low impact news. It will literally tell you without you having to see the news. So if you were just to stay at the top here, it will tell you when there's going to be high impact news, and in the next 7 days when there will be. So for example, if I click on tomorrow here, it's going to show the high impact news. And what you can do, you can actually filter out the medium and low. I usually would like, this is why I will use Daily FX, because I'm just going to keep it here. So again, it's confirmation that we only have one piece of high impact news tomorrow, which is at 3 o'clock. And you can also reduce, or you can get rid of certain pieces of news by area as well. Like maybe some high impact news has no bearing on you. Like if news came out from Colombia, it wouldn't really do anything for you as a trader in the US. I don't know, maybe not the US dollar, but I think like the pound, let's say, versus the Swiss franc. Okay. So in the next 7 days here again, all right, August 16th, okay, and then into next week, if you just filtered it out, you could see all of the high impact news events that are coming out for that week, which is nice and easy. Now, next week is already a tough week in a good way because we have so much news coming out. But let's see what happens anyway. So I'm coming back to the charts. Those of you on the YouTube, I hope you enjoyed that. Let's see what the market does, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.